What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and a blessed day. And if we're going through grieving and hard times, I pray and know that we can push it through because God has given us dominion over it. I pray for healing, I pray for understanding, and I pray for seeking, especially with the climate that's going on with the world and being so divisive about what other people say compared to what people have been saying. But anyway, I hope everything's good. God bless you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, to subscribe to me and my wife's wrestling company, C3 Ultimate Wrestling, on YouTube as well. And also check out our website, c3ultimatewrestling.com. I just got done watching Crown Jewel. I just got off of work, so I was multitasking. So I'm on my way to get a oil change. So I guess we'll talk about it because everybody's going to talk about it too. There are some things I liked and some things I did not like. If I do not say the matches in order, please forgive me. If I remind myself, I will remind myself. So without further ado, first match was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And when Brock was coming out, Bobby attacked him, and then he hit his knee on the steel steps. So they were selling that at first, and then eventually Lashley was hitting some spears. So when I seen Lashley hitting spears, I was like, okay, this match is not going to be long. This is going to be sort of like a Goldberg and Brock Lesnar kind of thing where the match wasn't that long. So eventually Brock powered out of the spears, kicked out, then he did an F5. Well, before the F5, he did German suplexes, Suplex City and stuff like that. Selling his leg. He was doing a great job with that. I thought the man was hurt. Did an F5, Bobby kicked out. So a little bit of back and forth, and then Bobby had him in the hurt lock for a long time. So I thought eventually Brock was going to break out of it like Bobby did when he was when it was called the Master Lock by Chris Masters. He acted like he was faded, then he gets up, he goes on the ropes, falls to his back. Bobby is trapped. 1, 2, 3. Now, a lot of people liked and didn't like it. I liked it. I'm going to tell you why. Bobby was dominant. Nobody would have even thought that Bobby would have been dominant on a Brock Lesnar because of how Brock Lesnar has been. You would not have thought that. So, even though it was short, it was a statement to be made. Usually when that kind of pin happens, that means that person either is about to tap out, pass out, or lose. That is a desperation pin. And that's what Brock did. You don't see that at all. People say you don't see it often. You don't see it at all from even big guys that size. You get what I'm saying? And the hurt lock is Bobby's finisher. So now you trap him in it while you're on him. Now, usually the smaller guys, they'll roll off and then land on their feet and still be in the move. But I understood what it was. Brock is a big dude. He's a little bit bigger than Bobby. So I liked it. This match is meant to make money. And Crown Jewel, a lot of people call it a glorified house show. I call it a WrestleMania house show. So this is something. This makes me interested. I was already interested, but this makes me more interested on how they're going to do it, even with Bobby attacking. Don't know if it was a double turn or what. I know that the guys in Saudi Arabia, they loved Brock and they was booing Bobby, and then they started cheering, So after the match, Bobby put him in a hurt lock, and then Brock just don't like passing out. He just got in it, and then he just slumped over the turnbuckle. It's just bro, it's okay to pass out. I remember when he went against Samoa Joe, and they were doing the feud, and Samoa Joe was choking him out, and then he went to a knee. He didn't want to go to his back. So it's man, you just pass out, bro. Ain't no wrong making these people look like a badass, but that was that. Solid match. Can't wait to see the rematches because there's so many ways they can do it, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to make a video later this week about how they can flip this around and then do something good with it. What else? The second match, I believe, was Damage Control versus Asuka and Alexa Bliss. And before the match, Alexa Bliss was talking. I forgot who they was getting interviewed by. Then Bray's little butterfly thing came up, and then Alexa stopped. Don't put nobody in no Bray Wyatt group. Anyway, Damage Control came out. They looked like they came straight from Star Command from Buzz Lightyear. And I understand. It's just jokes. The women are supposed to be covered up, considered modest for the country over there and stuff like that. I'm just cracking jokes. The match was solid. I wasn't in and out, but I wasn't that interested in the match because of the tag belts and stuff like that. So, I mean, the fiasco with the belts. Solid action from all four women that were involved. They did good. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I didn't feel like it was that special. No offense to the ladies in the match at all. No offense or whatever like that. It's just like you get something and you get what you work with. Nikki Cross, she came out of nowhere. Who she hit? Asuka or Alexa? No, she hit Alexa with her finisher, and Dakota was trying to was pinning Alexa for a long time, but Io and Asuka, they took a long time to get out the ring, and then you low key do see the referee pushing them out the ring so she can do the count. Now that was the end. I don't know what they're gonna do with Nikki Cross. Somebody made something funny on Twitter. They was like, "So you mean to tell me Nikki Cross flew all the way to Saudi Arabia, skipped through the security of Saudi Arabia to interfere in this match, and she's not a part of nothing with nobody?" Now that was funny. But it was true. But like I said, I think they were just trying to do more of the direction of Nikki Cross and what her position is and stuff like that. But other than that, Damage Control, they're two-time women's tag champs. Omos versus Braun Strowman. This match was very good. I know a lot of people talk about big guys, and I know that Omos needed some work. I know Braun, he has improved himself. He works. I mean, he's been working out, but he looks better. You know what I'm saying? He looks more leaner. He doesn't have that mohawk. He's been bald for a while, probably 2 years, but I always bring up that mohawk because that looks stupid, that ponytail mohawk. But anyway, he is improved. I like the setup, the aesthetics, the weigh-ins, the face-to-face, how tall Omos is compared to Braun Strowman and stuff like that. They did great. And I think that this would have sold if this wasn't a miracle. And maybe they'll do it. But anyway, the way the match was set up was very good. Now, MVP, I've heard reasons why he wasn't there. He was a former Muslim, but then he's an atheist now, and you can get penalized for that. So I'm assuming that might have been why not. Who knows? Maybe he didn't want to go. Whatever. Shout out to MVP. This match was good. They did what they were supposed to do. Big guys. And then they went longer than what I expected. Omos was being dominant from the beginning. He was slamming him. He was punching him. He grabbed him by his beard. And, Braun did a great job selling. He was getting beat up by Braun. Then they would tease Braun picking him up. And then Omos picks him up with ease. Now, when I look at big guys like Omos, who is a muscular guy too, but he's very tall, usually there's health reasons because, your body isn't even supposed to be that tall. So, your bones and all of that stuff, sometimes it's strained when you're going against a guy about as big as you. And don't get me wrong, Omos has more weight to carry than Braun, but to pick up a guy like Braun and stuff like that. But it all worked out. Thank God he got great health and everything like that. But usually guys that tall, bad knees, bad legs, all kind of stuff. So Omos was taking over. He was doing some things. He was slamming him with ease and everything like that. And then Braun clotheslined him over the ropes for a second attempt. The first time it didn't really work, but then they actually did it. Then Braun did the choo-choo locomotive thing, so he tried to run. And as soon as he ran into Omos just straight ran straight into a brick wall. Looked good. Like I said, you're not going to see a lot of people taller or let alone could put off being as strong as Braun Strowman. So that was a good sight to see. End of the match, Omos tried to go for the choke bomb, I believe. Like I said, I was working. And then eventually, Braun gets out the way of a move. And then Braun hits him with the running power slam. 1, 2, 3. Good match. I really think Braun should have hit the man with 2 finishes. Braun did a great job selling. He was really selling. He was on the ground, asking for sympathy and stuff like that. That's what you're supposed to do in wrestling, is try to get a reaction. Omos was impressive, too. The fact that MVP wasn't his mouthpiece and Omos, oh, ain't this my ring? He ain't nothing. You a monster, huh? You ain't nothing. Look at this. You getting your A-whoop. Omos was talking that talk. He was spitting that heat. So this is good. I'm glad that both of these guys put on a solid match, because I do think a lot of people were like, oh, well, I don't want to see this match. But they made it a match to see. It was a house fight, and it was one-sided, and that's fine. Everything does not need to be back and forth and all the time. You know what I'm saying? Everything don't need to do that. Braun got his butt whooped and then overcame at the end. So we'll see where it goes from here. I could see them rematching on Raw or SmackDown or another pay-per-view. Like, I could really see them doing a feud. So that was good. Next match I want to say is the cage match. Or the cage match was before the giant match. Anyway, the cage match was okay. It was decent. I like Drew. Cross is okay. I don't know what it is with Cross. But I'm just trying. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. The end came where Drew climbed the cage to get out, and then Scarlett, who had locked him in because she had the key, opened up the lock, and Karrion tried to get in, and then Drew just basically dropped to the floor before Karrion got out. And they said that it was a photo shoot finish. It really wasn't. Karrion wasn't all the way out the ring. A couple takes from it, from what I saw of it. Drew loves to kip up, man. That kip up, dude. Like, I think he kipped up like 2-3 times, and it's just like, oh my goodness. And then another thing, when he was actually trying to get out through the cage door, which only bad guys should really do that, not good guys. But when he tried to get out, he was halfway out, and Scarlett hit him with the pepper spray. Okay, if this is a cage match and the cage match door is open and you're halfway out, and somebody hits you with pepper spray, you're trying to win the match, you're not gonna fall backwards. You're just not. You're not gonna fall backwards into the cage. You're probably gonna fall forward because you want to win the match. So that could have been done better. Like I said, the moves and stuff was solid. Drew can kip up. Falling prey from Scarlett. Yeah, it was a cage match. I'm not saying it was the worst. I'm not saying it definitely wasn't the best, but it was a cage match. Hopefully they move on from it. They had a strap match and they also had a cage match. So it's like, usually strap match, any special attraction match usually is the end of a feud. So what was it? Besides like them hitting each other with cars and stuff like that, that strap match, now it's a cage match. Hopefully there's no like casket match or something, you can end it like that, 1-1. You don't need a rubber match at this point. I'm trying to think, you guys, because I don't want to mess it up. We had the women's match. It was Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the women's championship, and it was a last woman standing. Great match. Very good match. I think both of them put on. Bayley is just a treasure to watch. To see her go from character to character and like do a phenomenal job. She's great. Bianca's great. Athleticism, charisma. She has all the stuff people love to get behind. The wrestling in general, like I said, it was solid. It felt a little Dragon Ball Z-ish at the beginning of like how Bianca was flipping and dodging and stuff from Bayley or whatever like that. But, other than that, the stuff was solid. The moves they were doing, they were solid. They had creative ways to try to keep the person down for a 10 count. They had props that came out of nowhere. It was interesting. I thought Damage Control would have had something to do with it, but they didn't. There was a golf cart. Those dreaded golf carts in last man standing matches, man. Remember Roman and Kevin Owens? They had the golf cart thing, and then that mug came back. That mug drove itself and swam or floated all the way to Saudi Arabia. You know what? That's how Nikki Cross got there. Nikki Cross got there with that same golf cart that Roman used on Kevin Owens in their last man standing match. That's exactly how she got there. But other than that, I believe it was a table spot that was missed or whatever. Both did great with making that 10 count. There was one time when Bianca did the 450 and she hit the chairs, and then I thought that was damn near the end of the match because they was at 9, and then she started to get it up and slow, and dang near didn't make it. So that was good. That was very good. It was a very, very good match. So shout out to them. It was a creative way on how Bayley couldn't get up. They could have did it a little bit better. It should have looked tighter. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, very good match. The tag match with the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes, very good, very solid. We kind of knew. I hate to be negative. We kind of knew that the Usos were going to win. One, because they're like a couple days away from beating the New Day's record, and I do think they are going to beat it. and New Day and them, they're gonna have a great match Friday. You already know that match is gonna be top notch and stuff like that. But that's gonna be a good way of congratulating the Usos, because the Usos been killing it with the New Day, the Profits, the Brutes, almost everybody. You know, even how New Day was when they were champs, when they had that long reign. Not It was special. You know, it was good things how they was doing things. A lot of showcase. Rich Holland was showing how strong he was. Pete Dunne, aka Butch, was showing like how intense he is. Like that's nothing new to a lot of us that we see a lot in their matches. It was good. They were doing tributes to Sheamus and all of that. It was a very good match. Finish came when they hit the 1D off the ropes, top rope. Looked good, look solid, and the Usos win. Main event time. It was, well, Bray Wyatt, he spoke for a little bit. Y'all like Bray Wyatt, that's fine. Main event time was Logan Paul versus the undisputed champion Roman Reigns. Now, the moves, solid. I had problems with this match. It was a good match. I didn't like the aesthetic of it. I didn't like the setup. I didn't like the foundation of the match. Roman is the top dog, the top wrestler, let's say in the world, in the company, the top everything. The dude strong, he got his family helped him. You know, he's supposed to do things like that as a bad guy. This dude made Logan look too good. I was expecting more of the underdog Logan. We didn't get that. We had a highly competitive match. And I'm going to say it again because I know some people probably cut me off. But if you haven't, God bless you. Logan should have been straight underdog, couldn't get much done. But the man was wrestling. The man was getting 2 counts, 2 3/4 counts. This man was getting a lot off of Roman, the head of the table, the head honcho, the wrestling stuff. You got people who do this wrestling stuff that don't even get this much long with Roman. And the way he lasted so many times and stuff like that, it was like, all right, man, all these punches they were selling, he had a screw in his hand. I guess, you know, I could see what they were doing. But like I said, the match was good. It was just the people involved just did not like how it just went down with Logan Paul. And I know he's been training. I know he's been doing this. This is his 3rd match. He was training with Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest of all time. I understand all that. But this is your guy, your big guy, the big dude, the ace, the guy that everybody's paying to see going against Logan, being knocked down so many times. He dang near flipped. He dang near did a full flip when he took the hip toss from him. Catching him, close counts, being a coward. Like, this should have been like, Roman should have came in like it's a cakewalk for him going against Logan. You can't tell me he was just fearful of a hand with a screw in it. So I think they kind of dropped the ball on it with a good match. Like I said, I be looking at stuff. It was a good match. If it was between 2 full-time or even, you know, like I said, if you want to consider Logan a wrestler, I can consider him one too. But his bread and butter is a YouTuber. And that's not knocking him. I'm on YouTube now. So, you know, you can even bring that to me or whatever as a debate or whatever. But you get what I'm saying when I say that. His brother got involved to take out 2 people. So 2 Paul brothers took out 3 Usos, basically. And then at the end, basically, Roman hit a Superman punch, and then he did a spear, 1, 2, 3, and then he was looking like, hey, man, this dude is legit. And he is a legit athlete. He's legit. But, man, you made him look too legit, Roman. I'm like, come on, bruh. Like, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. I understand maybe because it was Saudi Arabia or whatever. Maybe they wanted a longer main event. But that was, man, you should have dominated that dude, man. You should have had the crowd trying to get behind him and stuff. They loved him, you know. This dude took the time to do a splash with his phone out because he took a selfie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that I don't like. And that's why I'm saying, like, I do feel like this wrestling thing is already exposed as much as it is. But nowadays, celebrities are coming in. And some are good. Most of them that we've seen, they are good. And I'm not against celebrities wrestling. But then when you start just bringing in everybody and how they doing it and how they just dominate and beating wrestlers that been there since day one, I can understand. And I'm low-key going to drop a video about this tomorrow about why some wrestlers hate when celebrities or other athletes get into the ring. Because I'll break it down. I see the good parts and I see the bad parts. Most of it is all for money. It's all for money and stuff like that. Logan has done a great job. Logan has been impressive. Bad Bunny has been impressive and all of that stuff, but this is the main guy. You get what I'm saying? The guy, Roman Reigns, whatever. And you made him look like he was scared of a YouTuber. That's just my take on it. Solid match. Didn't like everything around it, though. Just did not like it. That part. It made Roman, to me, look weak. And I understand, oh, he's a bad guy. And he's his cousins and stuff. But I understand. But this dude, compared to Logan Paul, not Paul Levesque, come on, man. This dude should have been ragdolling that man. But all in all, it was solid. I know a lot of people were mad at some of the finishes and stuff. I didn't mind some of them. You know, I do think that Braun should have hit him with another power slam. The Bobby and Brock thing was good because you can sell that so many times. It's like so old school territory days where people make money off of it. So we'll see where it go from here. It's a solid show. Oh, shoot. See, I told you I was going to forget a match. Judgment Day versus basically the OC. Good match. Like I said, it feel like, I don't know, like, the OC coming back and losing, hey, it is what it is. Judgment Day, I love the psychology in Judgment Day, and I love that WWE does a great job with the psychology with Judgment Day. Strength in numbers. They have more people, right? So, of course, they should outnumber and play the numbers game. That last person is a woman, right? So, not a lot of men or the good guys, you shouldn't even want to hit a woman. So, that works, and it works so good for Judgment Day because there's not a lot of women involved that's going to put their hands on it, except possibly Beth when they come back from that story. And even having Rhea with the same hair that Beth had to say, oh, well, I'm doing this, rest in peace to Beth. That was kind of dope. But it's a numbers game. Oh, okay, well, my group is about to lose. Oh, I'm about to distract AJ Styles by hoisting him on my shoulders and stuff like that because they don't have a woman to parallel and make it even and stuff like that. You become a top heel group that way. Strength in numbers. It's always important to do the strength in numbers thing. And I've always seen for the past few years, a lot of groups have so many people, and I don't want to say they get duped, but they don't come out or they don't interfere. And it's like, what's the point of having a group? But I told you I was going to forget a match. But like I said, solid action, the numbers game, psychology, always a plus. Always a good thing to see. All in all, it was a good show. That main event, though. Let me know what you guys think. We could talk about it. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.